Hello, my name is Jerri, and I am living the carnivore lifestyle. I have wanted to make this channel for a long time, but always scared myself off because I'm not real savvy with all the YouTube things that I need to learn yet. And I never felt I was living carnivore perfectly enough. And listening to all of you in the carnivore community, I realize that I don't have to be doing it perfectly in order to have the results and also help other people achieve results. And that's kind of my main goal here, is to help other people achieve the things that I've achieved. I decided to call this channel Magical Carnivore because I truly believe that carnivore is basically magic. I am 54 years old. I started carnivore, I know it was somewhere in April of 2020, and my journey has been long. Basically, it's autoimmune related. Lived the majority of my life not realizing what my problems were, and finally at about 40, I got led to a naturopathic doctor that finally figured it out for me. And first of all, was diagnosed with celiac, and that literally made sense of almost my entire life. And just to keep this on the shorter side, because I just want this to more or less be an introduction, this celiac, it changed me. I was labeled as fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. They wanted me on antidepressants. And I was just like, I knew deep down there had to be more. And when I got this diagnosis, and first of all, did not even know what it was, did not know what gluten was, I figured it out real quick. And I swear it was within a week that all the pain and inflammation left my joints. I went from being someone that couldn't stay barely up past 7, and it was a struggle to get through the workday and take care of my daughter and have a family life, and became the Energizer Bunny. It was just insane. I had never been able to run or do things all of my life, and I started running 5 and 10Ks. I started cycling. I would do 100-mile cycle things for charity, and I could never do that in my young years. The sad part was, as I realized that my father had these things too, and he had passed away 7 years prior to me figuring it out. And 54 was a special year for me. I did turn 54 in April, so I had planned on starting this channel sooner, but life has gotten in the way, and I just finally decided I'm going to stop letting it get in the way. 54 is special to me because my father died at 54, and I was just as bad as he was, if not in a worse shape, and I really don't think I would still be here. So I celebrated 54 this year because not only am I alive, I'm actually thriving. Nothing in my body hurts. I just feel great. I do have to say, the reason why I went carnivore in 2020 was because after about 10 years of being gluten-free and having most of my symptoms cured, I started getting extreme restless legs, and I started losing the use of my hands. Extreme pain. I couldn't grip. I could barely put a ponytail in my hair. And I'm a nurse, so I would have to pull sheaths out of people's groins in the cath lab and hold pressure for sometimes 45 minutes, and I could not do that. So I was getting desperate. However, in 2020, as we know, the world kind of came to a crashing halt, and I could not get into the specialist my doctor wanted me to see. And now I am eternally grateful for that, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, which was no accident in my mind that I kept coming across people like Dr. Ken Berry and Sean Baker and Judy Cho and Laura Spath and Bella and Lily Kane and on and on and on. And I'm like, these people getting off of all of their autoimmune drugs and different things by going carnivore, I'm like, I have to try this. I have to try something. So I went and told my husband, and I said, I think I have to try this. He's only known me as a walking salad. I had the most beautiful salads every day, filled with all kinds of lettuces, vegetables, nuts, avocado. I mean, what everybody thought I had the best diet in the world. They just couldn't believe how beautiful I ate. And all those things were hurting me. And so I asked my husband, I said, please don't tell anybody I'm doing this, because I didn't want all the opinions chiming in, like I'm killing myself, my cholesterol, where's my vitamin C coming from, etc. I just wanted myself to be my own experiment. If it worked, great. If it didn't, I'd go back to eating the way I always had. Well, it was 2 weeks. Restless legs were completely gone. Just completely gone. I'd get home from a 12-hour shift. I no longer had to take ibuprofen. It was amazing. And within a month, I'd say I had 80% of my hands back. It was just unbelievable. It's like I believed everybody I was listening to, but deep down I still didn't think it was going to work for me, and it did. And by the end of the second month, I had complete use of my hands back, and have ever since. And I've tried to stay as close to carnivore as possible, mainly beef. I did try to add some things back in once I got to that year mark, thinking that maybe I could. But every time I started to add back in my Brussels sprouts and my asparagus and things like that, I would start getting aches in my knuckles right away, and then it would just spread to the rest of my hands. So I do know that I do need to stay carnivore. It works. It's wonderful. I love the food, and I love feeling better more than anything. I keep hoping I can get more people to use this as a way to cure their ailments instead of going through drugs and surgeries, etc. But as you all know, it's very hard to get people to give up these things because they taste great. And sometimes I think when we can't do other things we want because of being sick or in pain, food is kind of like our only pleasure source. But I am here to tell you, nothing tastes as good as feeling good, and that has become my mantra. And I just keep getting better all the time and keep tightening up my food and activity more and more. And I'm just so thrilled that I found all you other people with your channels, and I'm so glad to be a part of this community because it truly is life-changing. It is actually life. So glad to meet you all, and I will be back with more to come later.